When you experience that remembering, you can never go back to your human life again. You can never not forget who it is that you are. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you're new, my name is Andrea Johnson. I am your spiritual inspiration, here to inspire, empower, and teach you how to master your energy. Welcome to Conscious Coffee Talks, where we discuss topics to expand our consciousness and improve our lives. And how cute is my mug, guys? We are in spooky season and Nightmare Before Christmas is my jam. Anyway, let's dive into today's topic. I wanted to do a fun video today over a video I had made, I think about a year ago now, and you guys really liked it, so I want to expand on it. And it is agreements that you have made before coming to Earth. So the agreements that I'm going to be talking about today, most of them came from a book called If Life Were a Game, These Would Be the Rules. Let's dive into number one, which is you will receive a body. Yes, you will get a human body to stream your soul in. The human body is the machine that harnesses the energy that is you, is what I like to call it. Now, you need the human body to have said human experience, right? There is something special about the human experience because we are literally the bridge between heaven and earth existing in this 3D dimensional reality, right? The human body is the only place where spirit can actually experience the human spirit. There is actually a difference in the human spirit. At least that is what I intuitively know. There is something about the human spirit that is just this great empowering energy, this energy that you overcome obstacles and you don't give up despite all odds and you end up succeeding. And it is just like, it just reminds me of like a movie or some sort of where you see just the good guy win and you're just like, yes, and he overcame all these issues in life and he triumphs because he didn't give up and he had faith, right? That is literally what life is. The human spirit is what keeps you going. This body actually provides that experience because it's streaming together the energy of spirit, the cosmos, right? The consciousness with the lower level, third dimensional human energy, right? So the way I like to look at this with the human body in perspective is your upper three chakras, your throat, your third eye, and your crown are combined with your lower three, which is the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. So those are the human and the upper are the spiritual, and they bridge together between the heart. So that is why the heart is called the portal of God, essentially blending heaven and earth. Number two, you will receive lessons, and that which we know, right? If you are in earth school, you're gonna get some lessons. I don't really like to call learning lessons in earth school. That seems like lower level thinking. I like to call it expanding. My soul is experiencing, right? Because truly there is no right or wrong. It's just, what you determine it to be. You're just experiencing a human experience, right? You are spirit having a human experience. This is the whole point of life, is to learn and to understand yourself better, right? In order to do that, it will be a process of learning about the self, understanding yourself more, and then learning from one another, human relationships, learning life lessons, and then moving forward. I like to look at life as a process of creation, and you're just learning how to create better in life, right? So you are constantly expanding, you're constantly creating. This is what your life is. Which kind of brings me to my next point, which is there are no mistakes. There is just movement forward. Literally, there are no mistakes in life. Everything in life is just neutral. Like literally the universe is, I don't want to say a chaos of energy, but the way that I've seen it in the astral realms, it literally looks like strings of energy everywhere. It looks like a web of energy just flowing. And that is literally, honestly, what we are. But that's neither the point. But it's like you are this drop of water in a sea of energy of chaos, and it is just happening. Life is just happening now. Everything that's happening, yes, it is in divine order and it's orchestrated for you and your highest good, because that is just how the universe works. It's neither good nor bad, honestly. It's just what you determine it to be. but it all just is, right? Honestly, everything in life is neutral. And this is what I've learned in my psychic development studies, is approaching reading energy or experiencing the energy as neutral so you can understand it from a higher level perception without emotions tied in, because emotions tend to dictate our decisions most of the time. The next one is you repeat your lesson or your experience, or what people probably like to call karmic cycles, until it is learned. So what I like to call insanity, pretty much, doing the same process, repeating the same cycle, expecting a different result, is just an unconscious process most of the time, but people aren't aware of their cycles or their habits or how they are creating their life. The subconscious is the driver, essentially, and if you are not aware of your subconscious beliefs or the beliefs below consciousness, then you will just create the same things in your life, kind of just keeping you on the wheel of karma, which karma is just a cycle of energy. It's just a pattern of energy. We essentially are. Our life is karma. You stay on the wheel of karma until you decide to get off, and then you pretty much enter into another one. The only way in which I have found to get off the wheel of karma, essentially, is to approach life with an open heart and an open mind, and to navigate it that way and walking with faith. So it's pretty much putting your faith into spirit and trusting the guidance that you receive and walking forward full speed ahead and not holding on to any expectation or attachments and just free flowing through life, you know? And that kind of like keeps you out of the routine. It keeps you trying new things. You know, I'm sure that most of us have set routines that help us, you know, stay a little grounded or help us recalibrate our nervous system, because change is actually a stressor to the body, right? It doesn't react very well to change unless you get the right mindset behind it. Letting go and control, trusting spirit, and just flowing. My next point is, if you are on earth, you are learning something. If you are living a human experience, you're learning something. Even if you don't think you are, trust me, your soul is gathering information and it is storing it in the Akashic or in your body. So, aka trauma. But if you are in Earth School, we'll say, you are in session, and that is just the point of Earth. You cannot escape learning something or your soul having an experience here, gathering information. That is expanding the universe, essentially. Even if you don't think your life is a grand orchestra of learning and experiences, it might be boring to you, but essentially that is what your soul is wanting to experience in said chosen lifetime. So you might as well just live it up until you choose something different, right? Nothing is right or wrong. It's all just the creator's choice. My next point is, there is nowhere else to be but here and now. And you hear that so much in the spiritual community. And it's true, because the present is the only thing to exist. Everything in the universe is literally happening now. The present is truly the only thing to exist. And if you want to tap into past lives or future lives, or if you want to tap into other dimensions, it's just a level of conscious expansion and a change in vibration to get there, to stream in that information through this body in the present moment. So on the flip side, this truly means that you are always right where you are supposed to be. One of my favorite quotes is from Ram Dass. The next message is always right where you are. So literally, guys, whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're going through right here, right now, it is happening for a reason, and it is the best thing for you. Even if it doesn't feel good, even if you're like, why are these things happening to me? Why am I experiencing this? I don't want to be here in this human experience. You'll see a lot of people in the spiritual community want to not have the human experience and leave it, but that's besides the point. You're always right where you're supposed to be, and it is the best thing for you, because there is a process that you're going through. Your soul wanted to go through something. It signed up for something to learn from this experience, because the universe is so intelligent that nothing is by coincidence. If you think something is by coincidence, that's pretty much an insult to God. Like, you're going through something for a purpose, right? Everybody is a mirror for you to learn something about yourself. Yes, the human experience would not be complete without human relationships. Relationships are pretty much the strongest way, or the best way, in which we can learn more about ourselves, because they're going to be mirroring back to us issues or things that we actually need to heal within ourselves, right? We cannot love or accept something in somebody else that we don't within ourselves. So if something is bothering us or triggering us in another person, we need to go within and see what kind of programming or beliefs are driving that feeling, that trigger, right? What childhood trauma are we holding on to, and then we can consciously choose to think higher thoughts or do something about it, right? In my experience of human relationships, when I can only do so much mind shifting and loving of myself and therefore the other person, when I recognize this trigger happening, then you have to draw boundaries. Boundaries are a form of self-love, and it's neither right nor wrong. It just is. It's an action of self-protection and self-love, honestly, for you and the other person. The other person's triggering to you, and you cannot seem to overcome the trigger. Boundaries are a way to help you both. And sometimes you can do what I call loving people from a distance. You can forgive somebody if they have wronged you or something of that nature. And you can understand that the best thing for you and them is for them to not be in your life or to be in certain chapters of your life. They serve a purpose till X amount of time, and you can just love them from afar, right? So my next point is you have everything that you need to make the changes into your life. You do. Everybody has that divine intelligence within them that they intuitively know what is best for them and what they need to do to either heal themselves or to complete their soul's mission, we'll say, or to get to the next steps in their life, or to solve whatever problem that you're trying to solve. Your soul intuitively knows what you need to get you to those next steps. You have all the tools essentially inside of you and in your external world. Your soul is going to manifest, or I call it taking breadcrumbs from the universe, whatever you need to take those next steps to solve problems. A lot of people actually tap into meditative states or go within or quiet the mind to receive answers of divine intelligence that they're already connected to, right? So this is where you can use tools of energy work, meditation, raising your vibration, calming the monkey mind, and actually tapping into intuition or body intelligence or whatever you want to call it. Touching center with yourself and the heart, I feel like, is my best way to honestly tap into this divine intelligence. Everything is literally within the human body, and the bridge between heaven and earth is the heart, and where I have heard God's voice speak to me. Literally, the organ speaks to you. It's something that comes within the chest, or like it literally, I don't know how else to explain it besides it. The knowing is right here, and the brain interprets the feeling as communication. And that kind of interprets it into words, at least for me, rather than when I'm receiving information from, I want to say, like the cosmos, or information streaming into the body through the crown chakra, which is more of like AI-ish. It's really like a database. It feels like a computer, literally just you downloaded a program. That's literally what it feels like when it's coming from your crown. When it comes from your heart, there's this warm, loving feeling, essence, fatherly, fiery spirit. I don't know, it'll make you drop to your knees. That's all I can say. But that's the difference between information coming from the crown or rather than the heart. It cannot be just me. If you experience that, please drop it in the comments so we can make this a thing. But essentially, that is how you trust the information, is when it is coming from your heart, your body. I trust that, especially in my psychic readings or, my energy work. I trust my body more than my mind, because the mind can play tricks. And it just takes practice to get to understand the way in which the universe or God likes to communicate with you. And my last point, and the most important one, and the one that everybody hates, you will forget all of this. The veil of forgetfulness is just part of the human experience, guys. It is part of having a body. Honestly, guys, I feel like the veil is the body. Part of that too, and I don't know if you guys will really understand this, or if it's just me and the messages that I get. There seems to be a veil over the heart. What I've been taught through emotion code, it's called a heart wall. Now, naturally, all souls put up a heart wall when we experience hurt and pain, and that is inevitable in the human experience. It's just a way for the soul to protect itself from not experiencing heartache or break again, because that is the worst ever. But the veil is the body, because one, it is the illusion of separation, right? That we feel like we are this consciousness or this ego having an experience because we identify so much with the body because we've been conditioned to, part of it. But also with the heart and the wall, I really feel like when you break down the heart wall, which you can, I've done it before, you break it down, it literally feels like an energetic wall or like a gate opening up from your chest. And when that thing opens, you literally remember who it is that you are. You remember that you are the universe having a human experience. And I can sit here and I can tell you this information, and if you are in the spiritual community, which you probably are if you're watching this video, everyone in the community has heard you are the universe having a human experience, and they know this information. But when you get the body to experience that through the heart, and then that is your knowing, your truth. When the subconscious, the body, experiences a spiritual experience of you knowing that you are God and God coming through the heart, when you experience that remembering, you can never go back to your human life again. You can never not forget who it is that you are. Once you have that experience through the body, once the body knows that, it will never forget it, and it can always tap into that place again, because your brain has wired neuroplasticity pathways around this experience, right? Because it was such a strong experience of love, because you literally experienced God in your body, right? Because it was such a strong experience, that neuroplasticity pathway around that experience will never go away. It will never go away. Yes, it might not be as strong later on, the remembering, and you might waffle back and forth between remembering and not, but you will never not forget it, and your life will never be the same again. When you have been touched by God, you will never be the same again in that aspect. And then more than likely, you will spend the rest of your life being a light worker, trying to help everybody else have the same experience. Blessing, curse, I don't know, but I signed up for it, right? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a fun one to make. I love making these. They're a little bit different than my teaching ones, that I can just be very intuitive, just allow the information to flow through me, because this is my bread and butter. I love touching back with this energy. So hopefully you're getting all the good vibes, and I'm sending you all my light and all my love. Sat Nam.